Hey everybody, this is Tim here with your real estate review for December. Numbers are in and it's a whole lot of the same. We're going to dive right into it here and hope that you guys enjoy this. If you have any questions or concerns or you want to talk about real estate some more, you can certainly reach me right here at castleholmesma@gmail.com or leave a note down below. But let's tear right through this. All right, so this is the ratio of housing units to households throughout the country. This updates quarterly, and it is still in Q3. There's no new number just yet. But you can see that we are dropping, and there was a slight rebound for the last Q3 quarter versus Q2, which was right here. But they give a giant disclaimer saying, well, we don't really know, but this is our best guess. And somewhat of a companion to that is the existing home inventory as a percentage of households in Massachusetts. And what this shows is that there are less and less homes available per person. And that is squeezing, of course, the supply and the inventory. All right, so the COVID economy is what we're in. I'm going to zoom in on this a little bit. All right, so we started off the year pretty okay, and things are just continuing to deteriorate, which doesn't bode well. And you have here is the chart. Hit that a little bit. WI chart. This line is the GDP line. We were negative 3.5% for the year. This line is the 13-week smooth out of the blue line, which is the week-to-week gyrations. And you can see that we have been pretty well above. We tapped this line once. We spiked up towards the end of the year, and now we're sliding back. And now we are firmly at the line. You could even argue we blew through it. See what happens next week and the next coming weeks. I do post that on my Facebook page every week on Thursdays when it comes out. And this is the Massachusetts economy by employment. The red sectors are high risk. I threw in the orange as well for construction. I certainly encourage you to grab the download of this file because there's just too much to talk about right now. But for December, overall we gained 1%. And for the entire year, we lost 82%. In employment, the at-risk total in red, which are these red sectors, we lost 2.3, and for the year, we lost 27% of these jobs. If you throw in construction, we lost 2.34 for December, and for the year, 25.16% of the jobs. And that is obviously a drag on everything, including those poor people who lost their jobs. All right, so this is initial unemployment claims throughout the country. We've been averaging, 900,000 every week. Versus, we had 200,000 prior year. We have 4.7 million people on unemployment versus 1.7 last year. Pandemic assistance, 426,000, which is up from 3 weeks ago, 284. And you see all these other state and benefits, and everything is just off the charts bad. And then here's Massachusetts initial unemployment claims. Last year we had 9,000. This year we had 27,000, and we're somewhat bouncing along the bottom. It does spike up here and there. Hopefully it stays low. This is the national U6 unemployment level. This measures everybody who is marginally attached to the labor force, people who are part-time because they're forced to be part-time, but would really prefer to just have one job instead of 2 or 3 jobs. And November we were at 12%, and this month, December, we're at 11.7%. And then here's Massachusetts continuous unemployment, sort of the companion piece. This does not measure all of these other categories. Up here, this is just straight unemployment. It's not exactly an apples-to-apples comparison, but it's the best I can do. December 19th, we were at 4.43, and for January 9th, we're at 5.01. So this appears to be the low water mark at the moment. Hopefully that doesn't just keep going up. All right, so mortgages in forbearance in the country are 5.38% as of middle of January. Delinquencies in the country as of Q3, this is a quarterly stat that they give you, is at 7.65, but I do have more information. Delinquencies in Massachusetts are at 5.4% as of, October. So it's a little bit dated at this point, but we still don't have the November or the December presentation that Black Knight puts out. These guys put out great information if anyone's looking for anything. It's just a little bit slow. So the national was 6.4%, and we are at 5.4%, so that is actually a good thing. We are under the national. Obviously, some countries doing a lot better. Some states, some countries doing a lot better. Here's your December mortgage overview for the country. Delinquency rate is at 6%. Again, that compares with the Q3 reading of what was it, 7.5, or give or take. We're not doing foreclosures. Everything's been suspended by the government actions. This is only a few people that, a few categories that slip through those. So it's really all on hold, right? We're at 95%. Under, or 4% of last year's rate. And you can see everyone who's past due and will be in foreclosure when the governments lift the restrictions. Mortgage rates continue to be nice and low. They did tick up here for a little bit. They do appear to be coming back down, and it's barely even a blip if you look at the long chart. You can see how high we were at one point back in the good old 80s. All right, single-family construction. Mortgage applications, which is your measure of demand, just continues to be through the roof. It's still improved over December, so that is fabulous. And that's after a decline from October to November. That should be a 1. That's my bad. New construction sales are up 15% year over year for December, and year to date, 18.8%. That's an interesting graph. Let's see, here we are in red. Every month we're blowing it out. Except for 2005, 2006, 2007. That would be 2007. That would be right here. All right, new construction sold, just the number of transactions going through, 12.2% for the month of December. So it is slowing down. We had a whole bunch of 40s and 18 and now 12. So that is leveling off, and you can see right here in the chart this giant drop down. I think as long as we sort of hold this sort of baseline, so that to happen would mean this has to either pick up or stay flat for the month. We'll see what happens. New construction stats. This is just all of the issues and the starts, the permit issues, the starts, the completions. And you can see it here better in this graph. Everything tanked in the spring, and now it's way back up. So everything is cranking. Massachusetts new construction permits are up 69% over last year. They've been pretty strong, but that is a blowout number compared to everything else we've seen. You see it right here. Right here. December is obviously not a good month for construction in Massachusetts. It's too cold, the ground's frozen. it's hard to, break foundations and get all that going. Here's construction by price. The top two are between 200 and 400 is a sweet spot, and then the next one is this 4 to 500. That's where all the houses are selling. Single family construction median price up 8%, $355,900 for a brand new house in the country. And you can see this is just blowout, right? We've capped everything. This was the high. Looks like this was the prior high, 2018. Months on market, houses are absolutely flying. 3.1 months on the market, which is at the low end of the 2019 range, was 3 to 3.6. We did hit September. We hit 4 after a couple slow months, and that's not really that slow, especially if you look here during these recessions. Every other recession, it has increased, not the 2001 withstanding. So that's interesting. Mortgage applications for existing homes, up 16%, still booming as of January 21. Existing sales price is up 13.46% year over year. We were at 277, now we're at 314.3. All right, now we're going to get into some Massachusetts specific stats. Just keep in mind when you're looking at these, the realtors are everything on the MLS only. The Warren Group is everything, including off-market transfers, family transfers. If there was a deed change at the town's office, it is in the Warren Group. So that does skew the stats if you're just trying to look at the MLS transactions and get a feel for the retail market. Okay, so this is Mass Realtor stats. So you can only see the source down here where I'm pulling it from. Median price is up 16.19%, and the 12-month rolling average is up 11%. You can see that just continues to accelerate month after month because this accelerates month after month. I'll zoom in on it here. I see it really starting to take off, and you can really see this has a change. The plane changed. It's nice and slowly moving up, and then it looks like right around here it starts to really start to spike. And this is the same information, just a different chart to help you visualize it differently. We popped almost 20% in September, and we've stayed pretty strong since. Really, it started in August. The double digits anyways. July was the preview. And then this is a 12-month rolling average. And again, you see it's just going like a hockey stick. Okay, so now here we get into the Warren Group. This is all the transfers, 455,000 up 14.5%. Now I'm back on the Association of Realtors. This is single-family transactions, 22.25%. Year over year. I mean, we're just staying really high and burning through all the inventory that we have. Here's an existing home sales, just again, different chart, just to show the dump in the spring with COVID and then a total bounce back, and it is giving a little bit away, which is how it should be because we're in the middle of winter and there's just a lot less activity. Okay, well, except for Massachusetts, because in Massachusetts we closed 5,860, which is up 23%, almost 24. And you see we always come down in the fall and into the winter, and that hasn't happened really. Not yet anyways. And closed sales, again, same stats, just a different chart to help you see it differently. Warren Group, it's plus 29%, 6,410. Again, staying strong. That really mirrors this. If you can remember this, it's pretty much the same. All right, now the 12-month rolling average, we had almost 57,000. And you just see the hockey stick going up, up, up. At some point, that has to stop. So closed sales year-to-date versus the prior year-to-date, we were at 20% behind last year's pace as of May. And we close out the year up 2%. See it right here? This is May, this is December. All right, so for the country existing homes, new listings, you know what's fueling the market is nothing. There's nothing fueling this market. See how it always goes up, up, up. It started to go up, COVID, and then that's it. Not a lot of new homes being listed. Massachusetts, we are over last year nicely, but we never got this pop. We never got the peak here. That was kind of a level off peak, but it never happened. So we're not getting the listings. 12-month rolling average, down 8% for the whole year. And you can see it graphically right here. It has perked up slightly, but not really enough. Okay, homes, median days on the market. Houses are flying 16.5% faster than last year. You see it down here. Here we are, 79. Now we're at 66, this number. Okay, a month supply. Existing home sales month supply is 1.9. We were somewhere right here, 3 last year. Massachusetts month supply, 1. And the 6 month is a neutral mark. So anything over 6 months, let's say it's 7, is a buyer. That's a buyer's market because there's too many houses to choose from. So the buyers are considered in control. Here, we're in a seller's market, 100%. Sellers call all the shots. And Massachusetts inventory, this tells you really the whole story. That's why the title is an inventory story. We are checking in at 3,847 homes, which is 54% off of last year's pace. You see the graph right here. It's at an all-time low, as far as I know. And that's what's driving these insane price increases. There's just no houses for sale. And this is, I think this chart really shows it. There's just so much volume month after month. Negative volume, I should add. Days on market, 39 days for Massachusetts. That is the blue line. Traveled. The yellow line is a 3-month rolling average, and this orange is a 12-month rolling average. Just trying to sort of smooth out the seasonality. But the lower the number, the faster that means homes are selling. And they are selling. Condos up 7.5%. $419,000 for a condo. Not a house, a condo. And it just keeps rising. We're in a nice little rising channel. It just keeps marching along. Condo sales, 2,189, which is up 20%. See it right here. We're at the very top of the channel. If you call this a channel, it's a bad line, but we've really broken out of it. And pending home sales, what's going to happen next month? Well, next month, we're up 24%. We're up 7% in price. I mean, we did 16% nationally for next month. Things are going absolutely crazy. Case shower, this is an older number. It's just a slower number to develop. We increased 1.42% from October to November and 10%, 10.5% really, year over year. And you see the Boston in red, that's us. This is just the country. Pretty well paralleling each other, diverges somewhat. And then this is just a long chart. I think this is a little more dramatic, showing the real steep increase right here. The nation is, but it kind of looks like we're diverging a little bit with this sharp increase. And that's it. Try to keep it short and sweet. If you have any questions, reach out to me, please. Leave a comment, hit the like, hit a subscribe, you know, all that fun stuff. And thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope this is informative for you and your business. And I'll see you soon.